When it comes to Canadian real estate market update, the market has been very fluctuating, has been very volatile for the last few years. You know that, you have seen a lot of statistics. But when you look at the year-over-year statistics, it is most of the time very misleading, because when you look at the year-over-year comparison, it only gives you the perspective of what is the price right now and what was the price last year at the same time, and the difference. That's it. It doesn't give you the trend analysis in terms of if the market is going up from a trend perspective or coming down as well. So that is very important to understand, because a common person, when they look at the financial media, especially the mainstream financial media, in the headline they quote year-over-year price difference, appreciation or depreciation, both. So a common person would realize maybe the market is going up, but in reality it's actually the opposite. So Zoocasa has published a very detailed report across many markets in Canada, because as you know, there's no single one Canadian real estate market. There are many Canadian real estate markets, and every market is different. They have their own dynamics, they have their own population growth, they have their own employment opportunities. So based upon that, the market behaves differently, okay, especially the weather as well. So when we look at this report, and before we go into that, you would realize that back in 2023, especially in the time of March spring market, we saw there was a price appreciation for the few months when Bank of Canada decided to pause the interest rate. So there were a lot of speculation and rumors that the pause is actually the stop. So people were speculating that the Bank of Canada is done with the rate hiking cycle, which means it's not going to continue aggressively increase rates anymore. So this is the time to get into the market to buy real estate. So we saw some momentum being built up from March onwards all the way until June. So what happened in June? In June, Bank of Canada came out and start hiking interest rate again, right? And right after that, the market turned completely different way. So June was the peak of market price appreciation when it comes to Canada as a whole. Home price index, that was the peak. Peak was in June. So since June all the way until November, and this is what the report has published the statistics until. So from June to November, we saw a complete shift in the trend when it comes to comparing the real estate market across Canada. So when you look at this report, so this chart is comparing 20 different real estate markets across Canada, and you can see the right hand column is the year-over-year price differentiation, but the middle column is telling you the 5 months difference from June all the way to November. So of course Calgary is the top city in terms of the price appreciation. Right? You can see that 10.9% across all property types, year-over-year price appreciation, but the last 5 months is telling you it's only has gone up 1.7%, which is very important to note. So that means the trend is coming down, even though it's still up compared to last year, but from a trend perspective, from June onwards, it is coming down. So look at the Greater Toronto area. You will be shocked, right? Look at that. The year-over-year price comparison is 0.1% positive. That means the prices have gone up compared to last year at this time. But for the last 5 months, we can see it is down 7.7%. Amazing, right? Look at Hamilton and Burlington area, 7.7% down in the 5 months. Look at Kitchener-Waterloo, the worst performing market, is 8.9% down in the last 5 months. But if you look at the year-over-year, 0.9% down, so nothing to see here. But the 5 months data is giving you the trend analysis in terms of where the market is going. And if you split this into condo versus single family home has been the hardest hit type of the property across the country. So this chart actually shows you Calgary 12.1% year-over-year price growth, but in the last 5 months it's 2.2% only. So again, trend is going down, right? Trend is your friend. And if you look at Greater Toronto area, it looks like year-over-year it's 1.3% up, but 7.9% down in the last 5 months. Again, Kitchener-Waterloo is the worst performing market, 9.7% down in the last 5 months alone. And if you look at year-over-year, it's 1% up. So again, the year-over-year statistics is not accurate. It is misleading. It doesn't give you the trend analysis. The last 5 months is giving you the clear trend direction in terms of where the market is heading. And if you compare this in the condo stats, 8.9% again, St. John. In the last 5 months, it's 12.9%. 12.9%. Who's buying condos in St. John's in the last 5 months? I would like to talk to those guys. Again, look at the GTA market, right? 0.7% down, but in the last 5 months, it's 4.9% down. So remember, back in 2020, 2021, the single family home was the best performing market asset, right? And condos were down like big time. And the market is completely turned now. So condo is still down, but it is not much down compared to single family home. Single family home has been the most hated asset class right now from a real estate perspective across Canada, except Calgary. So that tells you something, that the market is very much sentiment driven, right? So back in March 2023, the sentiment was positive because the rate was paused and people were speculating that the rates will not go up from there, which is why investors and first-time home buyers jumped into the market and start sweeping up the deals. But the question is, what's going to happen now? This report is only up until November. We are right now in January, so we are lacking 2 months of data. But my thesis is saying that because real estate market is sentiment driven, if you consider a common person, that common person is not watching my videos. They're not considering macro factors or fundamental economics. They're only taking advice from their friends, their co-workers, their uncles, their friend who has been realtors. The information that they're getting is all about speculation. So right now the market is speculating rate cuts in 2024, and market always front run the change. People might be thinking to jump in the market right now before the spring market gets hotter. I suspect that we will see some momentum in the market from overall sentiment perspective. Again, there is no fundamental justifying the market momentum right now, but the sentiment is going to be influenced by the speculation in the market. And the speculation right now is the rate cuts are coming in 2024. The market is going to be influenced by these speculations, and a lot of common buyers are going to jump into the market before the spring market gets hotter. Again, this is just my thesis based upon the stats and the speculation which is going to drive the market sentiment. I could be wrong, but this is what I'm seeing right now, and I have already started seeing some activity in the market. I have one listing that has been in the market for the last 6 months, no showings whatsoever, and suddenly it is starting getting showings. At the same time, we are seeing the current homeowners are stuck in their property, and especially the homeowners who have purchased the property back in 2022 when the market was at the peak. And since then, not only their home appreciation has come down significantly, let's say 30%, but also their interest rate has crushed their purchasing power by big margin. Just look at this snapshot. This is somebody shared on Twitter. Basically, this is their negative amortization. So you're seeing that the interest, all of their monthly payment is going into interest. And when the interest is not enough being captured, then what happens is the banks start consuming the rest of the interest payment from your principal. So your principal is actually increasing. So at the end of 2023, that person's principal has gone up, even though they have been paying monthly payments, but it's all going into interest. And even then it's not covering the enough interest due, which is why it is eating their principal amount, and that is going up, which is one of the worst situation to be in, right? Not only your appreciation has gone down, your interest is eating your principal. You're basically being negatively amortized. Look at the amortization terms. There's a lot of home buyers who have been sucked into this FOMO sentiment back in 2022, has been in a total disaster situation. At the same time, we will see another FOMO being created as part of the speculation going into spring market if things remain same. So if Tiff Macklem came out next week and say, hey guys, we are seeing inflation sticking around, especially the core inflation, and we don't see the need of rate cuts anytime soon in 2024, then this will completely change the market sentiment again, right? So things could change anytime. It's all depend upon how the central bank is going to push their narrative out. But as of now, right now, the speculation is the rate cuts coming. Let's go and buy real estate before the spring market goes up. That's going to be the sentiment, and it could change anytime as soon as Tiff Macklem came out and say something about sticky inflation. We'll keep you guys updated what's happening in the market. So keep tuning in, subscribe, and like this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.